going to be open all day or not. Look at this thing. She's nasty out today.
The City of Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area, GTA, are currently grappling with the aftermath of a once-in-a-generation winter event. Over the past 48 hours, a massive polar vortex combined with a moisture-rich system from the Gulf of Mexico has transformed Canada's largest metropolis into a frozen landscape, shattering records that have stood for over 60 years. According to Environment Canada, the snowfall recorded at Toronto Pearson International Airport on Sunday, January 25th, reached a staggering 46.2 centimeters. This officially breaks the previous single-day snowfall record of 39.9 centimeters, set back in 1965. In the downtown core and areas near the waterfront, the lake effect phenomenon amplified the storm, with unofficial measurements reporting up to 56 centimeters of accumulation. With this latest event, January 2026 has been declared the snowiest month in Toronto's history, with a cumulative total of 88.4 centimeters, surpassing the legendary winter of 1999. The City of Toronto has declared a major snowstorm condition to facilitate the massive cleanup operation. This declaration allows the city to prohibit parking on designated snow routes for 72 hours, ensuring that the fleet of over 600 snowplows and 300 salt trucks can work without obstruction. The Toronto Transit Commission, TTC, reported widespread delays on Monday and Tuesday. Numerous buses were stranded in deep snowbanks, particularly in the city's North York and Scarborough districts. While the subway system remains operational, service on the Bloor-Danforth line has been intermittent due to frozen track switches in open-air sections. Hundreds of flights were canceled or diverted between Sunday and Monday. Travelers are urged to check the Pearson Airport flight status before heading to the terminal. For the second consecutive day, the Toronto District School Board, TDSB, and the Toronto Catholic District School Board, TCDSB, have canceled all in-person classes and school bus transportation, citing safety concerns for students and staff. Toronto Police and Emergency Medical Services, EMS, have issued a stay-at-home advisory for non-essential travel. Between Sunday morning and Monday evening, emergency crews responded to over 500 collisions across the GTA. The sheer volume of snow is our biggest challenge, said the Commissioner of Transportation Services. This isn't a typical storm where we can clear the roads in 12 hours. We are physically moving millions of tons of snow to specialized melting sites. The crisis is being compounded by a plummeting mercury. Environment Canada has issued an extreme cold warning, with wind chill values expected to reach minus 30 degrees Celsius by Thursday. The city has opened all emergency warming centers to protect the vulnerable and homeless population. Residents are encouraged to use the City of Toronto Warming Center Finder if they or someone they know requires immediate shelter. The city of Mississauga is currently paralyzed under a thick blanket of white, following a historic meteorological event that has redefined winter records for the region. As of this morning, the city remains in a state of emergency as municipal crews, emergency responders, and residents struggle to dig out from a snowstorm of unprecedented proportions. The storm, which began late Saturday and reached its peak intensity throughout Sunday, January 25, 2026, delivered a staggering 48.5 centimeters of snow to the heart of Mississauga. This measurement, taken near City Hall at Celebration Square, surpasses the previous all-time daily snowfall record for the area. Meteorologists from Environment Canada noted that a perfect storm of conditions, moisture from the Atlantic and a deep Arctic trough, stalled directly over the Peele region. The result was snowfall rates exceeding 5 centimeters per hour during the height of the blizzard, creating whiteout conditions that reduced visibility to near zero for over 12 consecutive hours. For the first time in over a decade, MyWay suspended all bus services on Sunday evening due to impassable roads. While limited service has resumed on major arterial routes like Dundas Street and Hurontario, many residential blue and orange routes remain suspended until further notice. The major arteries connecting Mississauga to Toronto and Oakville became graveyards for abandoned vehicles. The Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, reported over 200 minor collisions and vehicles in ditch calls within Mississauga city limits alone during the 24-hour peak. Located in the northeast corner of Mississauga, Pearson Airport saw over 60% of scheduled flights canceled. The airport recorded 46.2 centimeters of snow, making it the most significant operational challenge in the facility's history. Travelers are urged to check the Pearson flight status before leaving home. Mississauga's Commissioner of Transportation and Works has activated the highest level of the city's winter maintenance plan. The city's fleet of over 300 pieces of equipment, including plows, loaders, and salt spreaders, is working on a 24/7 rotation. "We are asking for extreme patience from our residents," the mayor stated during a press briefing at the Mavis Roadworks yard. "This is not a standard clearing operation. In many areas, there is simply nowhere left to push the snow. We are now in the phase of physically hauling snow away to melting sites." The city has prioritized Level 1 routes, which include emergency paths to Trillium Health Partners, Mississauga Hospital, and Credit Valley Hospital. Residential side streets may not see a plow for another 36 to 48 hours. Residents can track the progress of snow clearing via the Mississauga Snow Map. The Peele District School Board, PDSB, and the Dufferin Peele Catholic District School Board, DPCDSB, have shuttered all schools for the second day in a row. The safety of our students and the inability of buses to navigate suburban crescents make opening impossible, a PDSB spokesperson confirmed. Major shopping centers, including Square One Shopping Center, reported delayed openings and early closures as staff found it impossible to commute. The snow is only half of the story. An extreme cold warning is now in effect for Mississauga. Temperatures are expected to drop to minus 18 degrees Celsius tonight, with a wind chill making it feel like minus 31 degrees Celsius. Public health officials are warning residents of the risks of frostbite and hypothermia. Furthermore, for those shoveling, the heart attack snow, so named because of its heavy, wet consistency, poses a significant physical risk. Residents are encouraged to take frequent breaks and check on elderly neighbors. Meanwhile, Ontario Provincial Police say that a driver has died after losing control of their vehicle and launching over a snow embankment on a Highway 7 off-ramp near Kitchener on Monday morning. OPP Sergeant Carrie Schmidt said that the vehicle ended up on the highway below, Highway 8, following the incident. The ramp from westbound Highway 7 to southbound Highway 8 has been closed while police investigate at the scene. "This is actually the second vehicle that drove over this embankment today," Schmidt said in a video posted to social media. "Plows are coming through clearing the highways, pushing that snow off to the side, and in this case they can't push it over the wall as it would go down onto the highway below, so it is pushed up against the edge. That snow will have to be removed, but it will take some time, and in the meantime, you can see where the vehicles could potentially ramp up over that snowbank." Toronto police say approximately 438 collisions were reported in a 24-hour period during Sunday's record-breaking snowfall. OPP Sergeant Carrie Schmidt says that provincial police, meanwhile, responded to about 200 collisions on GTA roads on Sunday, and another 150 calls for vehicles in ditches and stuck in snowbanks. He says that road conditions on Monday appear to be much improved on most 400 series highways, though he is urging drivers to use extreme caution. Be mindful on those on ramps and off-ramps. There is still a lot of snow on them, and it is still going to be a bit of a slick drive. But the highways are looking much better today than they were 12 hours or so ago, Schmidt said. Environment Canada, which issued a severe orange weather warning, said snow accumulation may near or exceed 60 centimeters, particularly for southern areas of Toronto and Mississauga. Peak snowfall rates range from 5 to 10 centimeters per hour, and a total of 30 to 50 centimeters of snow are expected to fall. Residents are being warned of dangerous travel conditions, including the possibility of near-zero visibility at times. Prior to Sunday's storm, Toronto had
done.
already recorded 105 centimeters of snow this winter.
snowing.
Environment Canada climatologist David Phillips told CBC Toronto Sunday afternoon. That's nearly double what the city normally gets between November and January. Toronto and the GTA is absolutely going to be the snowiest place in Canada today, he said. The amounts of snow are quite impressive. As of Sunday evening, 48 bus stops across the city were not in service to avoid the risk of buses getting stuck in the heavy snow, according to the TTC's website. Commuters taking transit are encouraged to plan ahead and take extra time for travel, the TTC said on social media. Service on Line 2 resumed between Kipling and Islington stations after it temporarily shut down on 2 occasions for a switch issue, the transit organization said. Service on Line 2 was down once again between Victoria Park and Kennedy stations Sunday afternoon due to weather conditions, the TTC said in a post to social media. Service on Line 2 between Jane and St. George stations was also down due to the storm. In an update Sunday evening, the TTC said service between Jane and St. George stations had resumed. On Sunday afternoon, the TTC also said there was no service on Line 1 between Lawrence and St. Clair stations due to weather conditions. The TTC also said shuttle buses were running along Line 6 as of 11:29 a.m. Sunday. In a post to social media Sunday afternoon, the TTC said there is no service between Finch West and Humber College stations due to a mechanical problem. In a statement to CBC Toronto, Sunday evening, TTC spokesperson Stuart Green said, "This is not a normal winter storm, and the safety of employees and customers is the priority. The TTC is navigating as best we can under the conditions while keeping everyone safe," he said. "Our crews are working incredibly hard to keep the city moving on blocked and snow-covered roads and open-air areas of the subway, but everything is taking much longer than normal. Roads will be slippery and snow-covered throughout the day, Sunday and possibly Monday," said Toronto police on social media. It reminded residents to not park in snow routes and steer clear of snowplows. In a post to social media Sunday afternoon, Toronto police said a snowplow struck a gas line in the area of Queen Street West and Niagara Street. Businesses and residents from Claremont Street to Manning Avenue were being evacuated, but no injuries were reported. Toronto Fire told CBC Toronto 40 people were evacuated. As of 9:30 p.m., Toronto police said residents were being allowed back into their homes and closed roads had been reopened. The City of Toronto said city crews would be out around the clock to ensure clear access to roads, sidewalks, and bikeways. "Please stay home if you can, and if you must travel, stay safe and give crews space to safely perform their work," said the city. In a post to social media Sunday evening, Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow said there were more than 600 snowplows on roads and sidewalks and over 1,300 city staff and contractors clearing the snow. At a news conference Sunday evening, the city's manager Paul Johnson said, "No parking is allowed on major snowplow routes as of 4 p.m. Sunday. Headed it will be a challenge to move around Monday. Give yourself a little extra time if you have to go somewhere first thing tomorrow morning. It's the beginning of the work week. We know," he said. "This is going to take us into Monday. There's no question." The Toronto District School Board said on social media that all permits for school usage on Sunday were cancelled. The University of Toronto's Mississauga campus was closed Sunday due to hazardous conditions. Toronto Metropolitan University's campus was also closed due to severe weather Sunday. In a news release Sunday evening, Peele region declared a significant weather event and urged residents to stay off roads. A citywide parking restriction was issued in Mississauga at 2 p.m. Sunday to suspend all street parking, including temporary and monthly permits, the city said on social media. It said cars found blocking snowplow routes would be fined. In a social media post Sunday evening, Mississauga Mayor Carolyn Parrish said the city tagged 525 cars Sunday, with another 300 to 400 expected overnight. Libraries, City Hall, and outdoor rinks were closed Sunday, while community centers and arenas closed at noon due to the heavy snow, the city said. Transit service could face delays or cancellations as weather conditions changed throughout the day, Mississauga Transit Service My Way said on social media Sunday. Libraries throughout Brampton were closed as of 11:52 a.m. Sunday due to the treacherous weather, said Brampton Libraries on social media. Community recycling centers throughout Peele region were closed as of 10:30 a.m. Sunday to ensure the safety of staff and residents, said the region on social media. It said centers would reopen at regular hours on Monday depending on the weather. Service Vaughn received a large number of calls Sunday about blocked catch basins and fire hydrants, said the city of Vaughn. It's requesting residents to help clear any blockages seen in their neighborhoods. The city declared a significant weather event Sunday morning and said it might take longer than usual to clear roads, sidewalks, and bike lanes. Community centers in Vaughn remained open Sunday with regular hours of operation. Kleinberg Library, located at 10,341 Islington Avenue, closed for the day, while all other Vaughn libraries remained open until 5 p.m. Heavy snow hit the London region on Sunday, arriving amid a days-long deep freeze that was also expected to drag on well into the work week. Environment Canada issued a yellow advisory, the least severe warning, that called for snow to start falling from Sunday morning to Sunday night, with as much as 15 centimeters, 6 inches, expected to hit an area that's already blanketed. Snow will taper to periods of light snow or flurries on Sunday night, officials with the National Weather Agency said. They also noted that easterly winds would be gusting from 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, creating blowing snow. Travel will likely be challenging. Roads and walkways will likely be difficult to navigate due to accumulating snow. As of mid-afternoon on Sunday, the westbound lanes of Highway 401 from Bloomfield Road to Queens Line near Chatham were closed after a crash involving a transport truck and a snowplow, the Ontario Provincial Police said. There were 57 crashes on OPP-patrolled roads in what they call West Region, much of the area around London, in the 12-hour period that ended at about 6:30 p.m. Sunday, police said. The snow warning was in effect for other communities across the region, including Woodstock, Sarnia, and St. Thomas. Officials in St. Thomas declared it a significant weather event, a move intended to remind people to be cautious on roads and sidewalks. The storm warning, set for London, Park Hill, and eastern Middlesex County, arrived amid a brutal stretch of winter weather, including extreme cold that brought overnight lows that felt as frigid as minus 30 degrees Celsius with wind chill. Those dangerously cold temperatures were ongoing. According to Sunday's forecast, it was expected to feel like minus 23 degrees Celsius with the wind throughout the day and night. On Monday, it was expected to again feel like minus 23 degrees Celsius with the wind. The overnight lows on Monday and Tuesday were both expected to hit at least minus 20 degrees Celsius, according to Environment Canada. Meanwhile, communities throughout the Hamilton and Niagara regions are digging out after Sunday's wild snowstorm. Throughout the regions on Monday, schools and public services were closed. In several municipalities, bans on street parking are in effect. There are no longer any Environment Canada weather warnings up for the regions, but it remains very cold. Around 11 a.m., Weather Canada reported it was minus 11 degrees Celsius in Hamilton, with wind chill making it feel like minus 18. Plow trackers in Hamilton, Burlington, and St. Catharines show snow clearing operations underway throughout the cities, with major roads being prioritized. Public and Catholic schools in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara all announced they would be closed Monday. French School Board Conseil Scolaire Viamonde said its schools in Halton, Hamilton, and Niagara are closed too. Most school boards said any exams scheduled for secondary school students would be postponed by one day. McMaster University closed Monday, except for clinical placements in health professional programs, according to a note on its website. Brock University, Mohawk College, and Niagara College said they canceled in-person classes. Multiple public services are affected by the storm. In Hamilton, city facilities opened Monday, but were delayed until 9 a.m., according to a city news release. The Central, Dundas, Red Hill, and Terryberry branches of the Hamilton Public Library, open from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. today. All daytime and evening recreation programs at the Bonetto Community Center are canceled until further notice to support the warming center there, the city said. Recreation programs at public schools are canceled because the schools are closed. Hamilton also canceled Senior Center programming at Ancaster Senior Achievement Center, Flamborough Senior Center, and Sackville Senior Center. Waste collection is canceled in Hamilton too, with the city saying it will resume Tuesday. Between the start of the storm Sunday and Monday morning, Niagara Regional Police Service had received 27 calls for service. Spokesperson Jessica Martin told CBC Hamilton in an email. We always suggest that the motoring public stays home if they are able to when road conditions are bad. If you must drive, ensure your vehicle is clear of any snow before heading out, and give yourself extra time and space, Martin said. She added that drivers should consider keeping a winter emergency kit and charge their phones before leaving in case they need to call for help. Hamilton Police Service spokesperson Trevor McKenna said the service had no notable issues to report due to the storm as of Monday morning. We're reminding everyone to clear their vehicles off properly, leave earlier to allow for a slower commute, and don't drive the speed limit. Drive for the weather, he said in an email. In St. Catharines, the city banned street parking in most neighborhoods as of 6 p.m. Sunday, under threat of ticketing or towing. The city of Burlington announced a parking ban effective 9 p.m. Sunday, which is in effect until further notice.
It's really coming down now, like crazy. You can barely see Shona over there.